What is going on, everybody? This is Mike from the Last Corvette. Today is September 21st. It's a Wednesday. And on paper, when I say paper, weather, it looks like this is our last nice, warm day. It's currently 85. At least, well, it's 87. My truck says 87, but it's 85. High of 85. And then tomorrow, first day of fall, and we know what happens in Michigan when fall hits. It's going to be 60s, 70s, and eventually snow. But anyway, part two of this whole C6 headliner. I wasn't planning on doing part two. I made a video, showed you guys my do-it-yourself project where I peeled off the existing headliner that had air pockets, fixed a couple of little spots where the backing got stuck to the roof itself, and then re-glued everything, and whatever, it's fine. It's on the vehicle and looks great. But a couple of days later, I was browsing around, and how you search for something on Google and then it shows up again, and it was like headliner, C6 headliner. So I hit search, just like, oh, we'll see what's out there. And to my surprise, you can still buy a complete headlight with the fabric, the foam, and the backing from GM. And I was like, there's no freaking way. So I went on eBay, typed in the part number, and eBay, of course, people are trying to make a little markup just like on Amazon. 180-ish to 160-ish still in stock. So I was like, okay, let me do a little bit of checking. So I went to gmoutletparts.com, which I've brought this website at before. I try to buy all of my OEM parts through them. Now, they're my local dealer. They're about 7 miles away from me. When I purchase items, I'll purchase them online and then pick them up from the dealership, so I save money on shipping. But at the end of the day, you too can save a lot of money because they discount their parts up to 20 or more % when you go through gmoutletparts.com. If you call the dealership, the same dealership that runs this gmoutletparts.com, you'll pay that markup. So anyway, I called them, gave them the part number. They're like, yeah, it's still in stock. You can have it within 24 hours. So a day later, you can have your brand new headliner. And that freaking blew my mind because I'm like, there are so many parts that are no longer in stock, no longer made for a C6, mainly interior parts and even some exterior parts, but a freaking headliner is still in stock being made. All right, I'm going to give you guys a part number. That's why I'm doing this video. And I'm also going to give you option, I guess, C if you don't want to do what I did. So anyway, you can Google or you can go to gmoutletparts.com. Like I said, if you don't live in Michigan or if you live somewhere away from Metro Detroit in Michigan or in freaking Alaska, you can go to their website and get it shipped. So anyway, the part number, a GM OEM part number, I'm shocked, 103-81648. Once again, 103-81648 is actually a GM OEM part number for a freaking headlighter. Now, all of them were black, so there's no difference, but this is a fabric, like I said, foam, and the backing. And to my shock, the backing wasn't what I expected. I thought backing would be more stiff, almost like a press board, thin cardboard type thing. That's what you would see. The backing on C6 is more of a elastic liner, which makes sense. It's solid, so when you spray a glue or adhesive over it, it doesn't bleed through into the fabric, and then it just sticks to the roof. But anyway, if you choose to go with a brand new headliner, it's about $146 from gmoutletparts.com, so you'll save $20-$30 from everywhere else. And by doing so, you don't have to worry about being careful with the putty knife. You can just peel the whole thing back, remove any pieces that are left, prep everything. You're still going to need the glue, the adhesive, and then just stick your new headliner back onto your solid roof, not the transparent roof. The transparent roofs on C6s, all of them came clear. That's the whole thing. I don't use it, but they do make aftermarket shades with a bunch of suction cups, and to me it kind of defeats the purpose. Why the hell are you going to have a clear roof with a shade? And by the time you remove all those suction cups, you're going to have marks, and eventually the suction cups are going to just separate from the backing, and it's going to be a complete mess. But anyway, option C, that's another one that I found. This one is on eBay. If you type in C6 Corvette headliner, you will see a guy selling a kit Now, it's not a complete kit. I don't know what he charges for the backing, but for $36.99. And I actually reached out to him because I was like, that is pretty cheap. So he actually sells, it's non-OEM, but it's the same style fabric that you would find on an OEM black with foam, but no backing, okay? For, you know, 37 bucks. Now, the key is, or the trick, or the catch, or whatever you want to call it, is it's not pre-cut. So you would have to peel off your OEM headliner, and you would have to obviously overlay this. I'm sure it's a rectangle that's large enough to cover the headliner area or the roof area, and you would have to use chalk or something like that with a little bit of overhang, because remember, the fabric actually goes, there's a lip, it goes under the same side that's stuck to the roof, and that way you have a nice clean edge. You don't want to cut it short, because I know about cutting things short, like my leather seats. But anyway, so that's another option. But he said he does sell the backing. I don't know what kind of backing he sells for extra. So that's a cheaper option, but then you have to trim it, and you have to stretch it, and you have to glue it, and you know, that's a little bit too much work. But if your headliner, let's say, has imperfections, cigarette burns, marks, stains, or whatever else, right? I think buying an OEM headliner is the way to go. Mine was in perfect shape. It was just sagging. It was separating from the roof. And that's why I chose to just peel it off and re-glue it, not knowing that you can still buy a freaking brand new headliner from GM. Blows my mind. Like I said, all the parts you can get for various parts, including the C6, and a headliner you can. All right, anyway, guys, hopefully, once again, you take the information that I provided and use it. Whoever needs it, it's out there, and I don't know how long they're going to be making this headliner, but as of September 21st, it's literally in stock at a warehouse a day out. Talk to you guys later.